Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Tayla Andre, and I've been thinking, and a lot of people who know me are like, oh, Tayla. Okay, I want you to imagine for 1 second you're getting ready for work, school, it's in the morning time, and all of a sudden you get somebody banging on your door. 7 o'clock in the morning, banging on your door. You open it, and it's men in uniform, government uniform, military uniform, whether they have mask on or whether they have a special suit on, anything, or whether they're just in regular uniform. We need you to come with us for your protection. We need you to come with us for your safety. There's a outbreak in the community. Oh, what about work? I gotta go to work. My kids gotta go to school. No, sir, ma'am, the city is shut down. We need to evacuate you for your safety. Please come with us. You're like, oh, for my safety? Huh, my safety? Yes, of course. I will come for my safety. What about your belongings? What about everything in your house? What about everything you know to be yours? You leave it for your safety, and you go with these gentlemen, and it's probably you and all of your neighbors because the city is shut down for your safety. I have a lot of people that tell me I'm a conspiracy theorist. I don't. When you look at the facts before you, just facts, documents, or lack thereof documents, it is just an overwhelming amount of evidence, and niggas been locked up for less evidence than what we have on the table. We have almost should be about 1 million sheets of paper worth of documents for all the cover-ups ever known to what's been going on for the past 15 years. And then if you really want to rewind it to the beginning where it began, this has definitely led us up to what we know today. We have a lot of famine going on. We don't care about other countries. If you're dying, please hurry up because you're wasting and taking up the oxygen. No, we're not going to feed you. No, we're not going to show you how to sustain yourself. We're not going to give you anything to maintain a farm so you can feed yourself. So we're not dropping off, bags of rice every 6 months. I just think there's a lot of stupidity that's going on, and anybody who's like, oh, this is the end of times, the Bible talks about this is just how it's gonna be. No, it's not how it's going to be. Everybody has a destiny. Everybody has things that they're supposed to do in life, that they're good at, that they want to do. Going to work, having a great job, having benefits, and having good credit is not going to let you get into heaven. It's sorry. Sorry. I feel like Riley right now. Jesus was black. Ronald Reagan was the devil. And 9/11 is fake. It happened. But what we know that happened is not what really happened. There's some people that do know what happened, and those who do know are completely enraged, outraged. And it's frustrating to know what I know and to know that so many people know this stuff and they know it and they take it like, oh, that's just a conspiracy. You know what? The Holocaust was a conspiracy. The Holocaust was not happening while the Holocaust was happening. No one covered that. Nobody admitted that. MCI was taking part of that. A lot of our corporations were gaining, profiting off of that. And we just sit back and keep on allowing it to happen. Other countries overseas are protesting, are rioting in the streets. The teachers in the United States are rioting, but still aren't teaching anything because damn near all the schools are failing. What the hell are you protesting for? You deserve what? You don't deserve shit till those kids get some good grades. How about that? How about that? I can't write all this. I cannot write all of this. The frustration that I feel is like I don't understand how people wake up and contribute to society and feel like it's okay to continue on with your life, with your day, and not write a letter, not make a phone call, not complain, not riot, not start an assembly. Maybe that's what I need to do. Just start a freaking assembly, and I'll probably be the only one there. Pissed off at the government, mad. Everybody else is having flowers and bonbons and shit. And then when everything hits the fan, and I'm somewhere in a bunker prepared with all the rice I need, knowing how to grow food, everybody else who was like, it was a conspiracy, will be fucked. I really don't want to have that mentality. I hate that mentality because I think everybody should know and everybody should be. I have no idea what everybody should be doing. I just know that what we have in front of us are lies and deceit. And gas is $4 fucking. I can't afford gas. I have an Audi. It takes super. I can't afford $4.22 a gallon for gas. I'm sorry, I don't make that much. And most of society does not. You gotta second guess whether or not you need to go to the supermarket. You're like, oh, I want to spend that gas. But you need food that are genetically modified and give you probably 65% less nutrients than your body is supposed to get. Is that a scientific fact? No, that number is probably wrong. It's probably less than that. It's probably like a 35% decrease in nutrients, maybe. I don't know. I would love somebody to test that. But I definitely know there's a lack of nutrients because the shit doesn't taste the same. It doesn't look the same. And anything that is normally this size is now the size of this. Like, come on now. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. If you remember the snorkels and how the snorkels used to look, or snuggle, snuggle. If you remember the cartoons, you know what the cartoons look like. You should remember that an apple is only supposed to be about as big as your hand. It like fits in your hand. Apples aren't that big. These apples that you gotta hold like this, crackhead apples, they're on steroids. Like all of our vegetables, like all of our meat. Some of the animals that we're eating have eaten animals because it was scraps and they ate it. The sick ones that get grounded up and mixed up are what cause mad cow disease, cannibalism within cows. There's a lot. There is so much, and I wish I had an alphabetical like point A through Z for you to understand what's actually going on in our world, what's really going on in our society. If you're too busy watching Real Housewives, I don't even know what comes on TV anymore because it's depressing. It's depressing. And for anybody to think that they can raise a respectable child in this type of society is insane. Unless you keep your kids in the house with you, your kids are homeschooled, and you guys live out in a farm in South Dakota, you have no control over your kids. I'm sorry. If you think you do, you might as well be lying to yourself. If your child is under the age of 13, you might have, some strength and control over your child. Maybe. We're lost. We need to get back to focusing on the family. I'm really surprised that that's not something that President Obama has put into law. Some type of reforms with housing, some type of reforms with welfare, and even like child support type things. I definitely feel like there should be more counseling involved. There should be more connections that have to reconnect the father structure in father structure. No, the father as a parent in the family structure. Maybe I need to write that reform. I don't know. But I know I'm not the only one who thinks like this. I know I'm not the only one who's like, what's really good? What's really good? Like, I'm in so much debt for an education that, well, I started in business, and then I realized that everything wrapped around business was all politics. So that's what started me getting into politics. Then once I learned about politics, politics is a sham. It was bullshit for me to spend all that damn money to go to school to learn something about political science. I didn't learn anything political. I learned about some bullshit, about some lies. I learned about some theories that aren't practiced in the real world. If they were practiced in the real world, we could get somewhere. But the way we're going, the Hunger Games are about to be a real life. I have kids. And I think that's what worries me the most, is because I have kids. And one day I'm going to be a grandparent. And what the hell do my kids and my grandkids have to look forward to if this is my life now? I'm just saying. I'm scared. I'm worried. And I really think that with the enemies that America is creating, it might be a good idea for some of us to go back to Africa. And that's all of us, because none of us are damn near from here. None of us. Unless you're more than, or an Indian, then you have probably a different opinion. But I don't think this is the place to be right now. I don't feel safe. Cops aren't cops anymore. The military is not even our military. The presidential election almost was bought. Almost. People started waking up. I don't know what happened. People are really waking up. My computer's about to die, but thank you for the people who are waking up. If you're still sleeping, I must sound like a raging lunatic. And I'm sorry for that. And I hope one day your eyes are opened and you start getting madder than I am. But until that happens, I love you for who you are. Tayla Andre, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night. It was a pleasure meeting you.